Just oh, off to the chemist. Oh, chemist, guys. Get some cocodamol. Hopefully get there and it's still open. I think it's open till 6:30. There's a Spitfire up there somewhere. Can't see where that is. Getting on that. Spitfire. You wait till the summer. All you get over here is just old aircraft. It's quite good though. I'm quite into that. I quite like the history of it all. What we'll do tonight, we'll go down. What way should we go? It's down the lane, I think. Off to Noah's Ark. I'll tell you what, give it a few hours, when the sun goes it'll be freezing. Don't know what weather they've got forecast though for the rest of the week. Really don't know. Hey mate, what time's the chemist shut? 1:30. Let's get a scooter.
I don't know.
It's 6 or 1:30, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one or the other. I'm not sure. I'm not going to lie to you.
Now you're what? Yeah, roll on June, July when the temperatures get right up. It says on my phone 6:30, but it could be right. Anyway, good evening to everybody. Hope everybody's had a good day. Well, the cheese and bacon sandwiches filled me up, that's for sure. A bit bloated walking down here. Bank card. Spend some more money. chicken noodles, yeah, they're not too bad. Now my laces come undone, man. Let me... Better. Scout hut. I used to be a member in there many moons ago. Little cub. And then I was a Sea Scout. Down into the village, guys. Does anybody need anything in the shop? Might get a bottle of Lucasade. It's a little village, it's not a town. Just a little village. That's like the high street all through here. Just going into the chemist. Yeah, been here. My dad was born here as well. Yes, as soon as I go in the shop, I think the connection goes. Buffering. Yeah, I think it disappears as soon as I go in now. I forgot. I've just been in there as well. I'll get one in town. think she's left her car door open. I don't know if she realises. I don't know where she went. There's a girl that's left her car door open. I think she went down here. I don't know where she went then. Right, this before I go, then I'll just leave that at home now. If I wrote a list, I'd lose the list. Being honest. That's probably the worst thing about ADHD, is the lack of attention. That's all part of it. I'm a little bit better medicated, but you still lose things. Some people just have what's called ADD, which is attention deficit disorder without the hyperactivity. I've got ADHD, so mine's attention deficit hyperactive disorder, so it don't really help me when I think, where have I put that? My brain's hyperactive, and when people say they're hyperactive within ADHD, it doesn't just mean they run around and they're all hypo. It means your thinking is actually fast as well. That's the joys of adult ADHD. It's probably similar with the kids, you know what I mean? I must have been this bad at school. But obviously when I was at school, you didn't have ADHD. You had teachers telling you that you was being disobedient and all of that. Saying that, all my school reports did used to say Philip can do the work, but he chooses not to. There was only certain subjects. There were a couple of subjects that I did like. But yeah, that's what it was like when I was at school. Obviously, fast forward to modern days, these kids are identified by the age of 3 with ADHD, which I can understand. If your kid's got ADHD, you'll notice. My mum did. My mum said to my dad, I'm the last of 5 kids. So before I came out, my mum had 4 kids. And she said to my dad, he's definitely different than the rest. I was probably more boisterous and more, do you know what I mean? Whereas the other kids might have learned from a slap. An ADHD kid wouldn't have learned from a slap round the arse, it'd make you do it again. Just for the buzz. Yeah, mate. There's plenty of people my age, our ages, getting diagnosed now with it, honestly. I never even dreamed of thinking that I had it until my doctor pulled me over after my dad passed away. Now, you wouldn't be able to work all day. Depends how... Well, yeah, you can. Depends what line of work you're into. Really. I've been a baker and a chef all my life. And then I looked after my dad for like 20 years. But where mine is... where I'm sort of freshly diagnosed, and to get diagnosed in the UK, it's quite a hard process. To obviously weed out the fraud element, and people are just saying, oh yeah, I've got that, when really they haven't. You know what I mean? It's quite stringent, it's the tests. But I had no doubt that I had it, and I got diagnosed by the top hospital in London. when I was then told apply for this and apply for that. Obviously, I'm actually classed as severely disabled, even though I'm physically fit. But none of my disorders have anything to do with physical. Say ASD can be a bit physical if you're sort of that way. Well, they probably did have ADHD in Victorian times because it's been passed down from generation to generation. Obviously, back then it wasn't identified at all. If you go back even further. In fact, I'd hate to think what them poor little kids used to get years ago. It's the same as all ASD and ADHD. It's basically a neurological brain disorder. It's an imbalance in chemicals in your brain. So they would have had it years ago, but what happens is people learn to cope with it, and that's why a lot of females, well, more females now are getting diagnosed with it, but they cope better. Females are harder to pick out. It's harder to spot ADHD in a girl, even though there's just as many girls out there with it, but they cover it up a bit better, whereas the men can't. Yeah, no doubt some of them are naughty brats, yeah, I agree. Not all of them will have ADHD. Anyway, guys, I'm just gonna blow my nose again and have a couple of these painkillers. Oh, I feel ill. Don't feel good. Oh. Lucasade, eh? Anyway, guys, I'm going to charge this phone because it's literally flat as a pancake.